Hello, welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, if you are a new viewer, hey, what's up? We are on the sign of Leo. Um, I'm on the way to 500 subscribers, so if you dig my vibe, please subscribe, okay? Um, yeah, if you know, you know. Help your girl out, okay? Bossy like Leos do. How does that song go? Oh, I can't explain why I love him. Bossy like Leos do. Yeah, okay. Anyways, we're on Leo. Okay, I mean, I can already see here. This is a person who, they're in a lot of grief. They're like stuck in processing the past of the connection that's no longer together, okay? Yeah. And it's like they kind of given up on hope, but it's like, it's like they still do have the inner power to overcome this, but right now they're going through a dark night of the soul. Okay. Yeah. And it's so heavy. They're grieving the loss of the connection, right? Because it's like they need to tap into their inner heart space. This is somebody who's got a blocked heart chakra or just a blocked heart space in general. They might mute their emotions. Okay. Yeah, see, because it's something here that they're afraid of. They're afraid to trust. They're afraid to get hurt. Okay, they're afraid of love. They're afraid of intimacy. Yeah, because they have some irrational fear about what could occur, but this is so irrational. They have no reason to feel this way, but it keeps them trapped and unable to connect to you, Leo. And I feel like maybe sometimes when you are, a little bit tired of this stuff, this behavior right here, you might kind of just distance yourself a little bit, which they might interpret this as coldness. But that's why it also reignites their fear, because sometimes you're just like not having it. Like you're not worried about them and their crazy emotions. All right? And it's like I almost feel like this person, Leo, they feel like you two could have had a connection, like you could have been a true love if it had been another time. Like I just feel like or if they had been a different person, or if they didn't have so much trauma, because it's this dealt a bad hand here energy. Yeah, they do see you as their true love, and they do think there's unfinished business here, but they're afraid. And the way that you are autonomous, and I think you are just self-governed, and they interpret this as coldness. When they're on their bull, you don't have time for that, Leo. So you're just gonna do you. But this reignites this person's fears because they don't really see it as autonomy. I think they got abandonment issues. They might be afraid of abandonment. Yeah, what? You can't make this stuff up. Oh, oh, trust issues. Oh, trust issues. Okay? They got trust issues. Real bad. Okay? Anything else on this, Holy Spirit? Hmm. Okay. All right. Yeah, and honestly, I feel like their trust issues is the reason why, I kind of get the vibe that the stuff that was making you kind of pull away or distance yourself and kind of let them deal with their own BS is because, like, I don't know, I feel like they would probably talk to you about other people that was just kind of like, yeah, it was a third party they were talking to you about, but I don't think you knew it was a third party. This is what I'm saying. See, they got trust issues because they're the one that's untrustworthy. And if you understand what I'm saying, Leo, like they would present a story to you. This might be too specific, okay? But they would present a story to you as if this third party might have been somebody from their past, or you know, maybe somebody that was a friend, or they might have presented this person like a girl when they're a guy, or like a guy when they're a girl, so that you're not suspicious. But they're talking junk about this person because at the end of the day, I get the vibe they were secretly dealing with this person on the side. This casual relationship energy here. And the way they would set this up was so that you, Leo, could give them advice on how to deal with their third party, which is crazy. And I don't know if you ever found this out or not, but this is the energy that I'm getting for what was going on. You just might have, you know, felt their crazy behavior and just made some distance, but their behavior might have been crazy because it was them fearing abandonment and having trust issues, but also because they knew they deserved to be abandoned and they knew they were untrustworthy. It's giving projection. Yeah, and then you just seem too not interested. Yeah, and they would have preferred that you would have been more thirsty towards them, Leo. I'm sorry. Leo are the kings and queens. I'm sorry. They're not bowing down to you. Who the heck is this person, Leo? They must not have never met Leo in their life. And I think Leos are so sweet. I really like Leos. I don't know. Yeah, they might be, you know, them kings and queenly type of energy or whatever, but it's kind of like most of them are pretty sweet. I don't know, in my opinion. Okay, let's see. What's this person's current emotions towards Leo, please, Holy Spirit? What's this person's current emotions towards Leo, please? What's this person's current emotions towards Leo? Okay, all of those were not supposed to come out together. So we're going to leave those out. That was way too many. I mean, I don't know. I kind of get the vibe. This person, the first thing that came out was comical. To me, I think they're laughing to hide the pain. You know, and I'm never going to lie. At the point where I had this gaslighting energy, where they were like trying to trick you into giving them advice on other people they were dealing with, I don't know. I think that's what this comical is about. Like, they almost really think it's funny because they thought they were a little smart, you know? Ooh, confirmation. Okay. Woo. Yeah. They thought they was a little smart. All right. And it's like I also get this confused energy here. Let me get some clarity on that. What is this about? Holy Spirit. What is this confusion in regards to? Okay, yeah. It's okay. It's because of how they feel about you. Kind of obsessed, okay, and then ignoring. Let me tell you, because this person is confused about the emotions you arouse in them. They're confused about this is all a part of that unfounded fear and these trust issues and stuff here. This person is so confused about the possibility that they could feel what they feel for you, Leo. This is and they're trying to ignore these feelings, but they are obsessed with you. That's why when you do pull away or make any sort of distance, or you know, are self-governed, they start cracking under the pressure because they've never felt this before. These feelings are foreign. They've never felt this way about anybody before, and this confuses them. That's why they try to push it off. They don't know how to navigate the terrain of how they really feel about you. Yeah, and then I just get that they're sad. You know, they're a little sad about it because at the end of the day, they do recognize that you are a true love and that there's unfinished business. But it's like they're, instead of doing the work, they're saying, "Oh, I was just dealt a bad hand. Like I'm not ready. Maybe next lifetime. Leo will have to catch me another time." But it's like, no, take accountability, do the work, make a change. Like what? It's like they again given up before they've even tried. They're trying to blame it on the universe, but it's like, no, heal. Go freaking heal. But like I said, they are over there grieving. And they are going through the dark night of the soul. I don't know if they've started it, but that is what I see here as part of the plan. Okay. And dang, I did not shuffle these. I usually shuffle stuff before I do my videos, but I didn't do this one. Because I've been needing extra shuffle, you know? Extra, extra. Read all about it. Oh, trust issues. Oh, trust issues. Okay, let's see. All right, next actions. Where's the collective, please? I don't know why my nose, I mean, not the collective, the Leo collective, but let me tell you, my nose is running and I have a bunch of boogies in there. I feel it. I don't know what it is about your read, but it done threw me into allergy mode, okay? Something ain't right. Something here ain't right. Oh, wow. Okay. Next actions towards Leo, please, Holy Spirit. Yeah, this person's crazy. They're going to try to get possessive and crazy over you and try to lock you down before anybody else can take you, okay? Yeah. Yeah, they want a whole new opportunity with you. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, they want to come forward, get a new opportunity, and lock you down. All right.